Hi student, it's Kate here. So we come back to our 6.24 problem and we are up to the cash disbursement budget. So now we already calculated how much we have to pay for our purchase for each quarter, and now we just put all of other expenses together and to see how much we have to pay for all the things during the next year. So the first payment for purchase is we just have to transfer from what we did last video. So I just transfer from the figures here. Okay, right, so that is easy part. So now the direct labor paid. So you know that the nature of direct labor is when you produce something, you have to pay for the labor. People work on that. So that will depend on how many units you produce. So we just come back to the total production per quarter, and then we just times with the amount of money that we have to pay for one unit. Okay, so here for to make it easy, so we don't have to go back and forth, I just take the sum of the direct labor cost per kind. So you see that it is the sum of the very far back of this cost per kind. So it's just the sum of these two figures, and because I bring it to here, then it will be easier for us. Okay, now so that is 16.5. What we have to do now is we take the number of kinds we produce for the first quarter, and then we times the direct labor rate per kite. We do the same thing for second and third and fourth quarter. Okay, so that is the direct labor pay. And now for the variable overhead, the variable overhead, if you come back to the variable here, okay, so the manufacturing overhead budget, you see here is the variable overhead per kind is $6. So that is allocated based on the number of kinds that we produce. So again, it depends on how much we produce. And again, I transfer the rate, the variable overhead rate per kind here, $6. So make it easier for us. So again, we use the number of kinds that we produce, and then we times the variable rate per kind. 40 times 6. It does it times 6. Now, okay, now we come to the fixed overhead. The fixed overhead, we have property tax, insurance, and others. So because we see there's a fixed overhead, property tax, insurance. So all other fixed overhead will be equally divided across 4 quarters, but only the property tax and the insurance has a different pattern. That's why I put them separate from all other fixed overhead. All right, so you want to know how much of fixed overhead? So in here you see the property taxes, where I get this figure is from here. It's from the fixed overhead budget. See, the property tax 28,872, insurance 67,368, and then the rest of them is this. Okay, so this plant management, fringe benefit, and miscellaneous expenses all included in the term others fixed overhead. Just because why? We have to exclude the depreciation, which is a non-cash item. We have to exclude the property taxes and insurance because they have a different payment patterns. The rest of them will have the same payment pattern, which is 25% for each quarter, and that's why I separate them. So in here, I already put it in. So just to save some time, you can stop the video here and put the figures in yourself. So I put it here, and the patterns of payment for property tax is, we come back to the orange table here. So the property tax is 50 paid in first quarter and 50 paid in the third quarter. So what we have to do here is for the first quarter, we take this one and we times 50%. Okay, and then for the third quarter we have this and we times 30%. Okay, of course you can use for, I think maybe we change, instead of times 50% here, I say I don't want to use any direct numbers here. I just have to take this and that's it. And in here same thing, I take this and times 50%. Again, I just don't want to use any direct number. Now the insurance is paid 100% in the second quarter. So we just take here equal this and then we times again. I will use this cell reference because later on if I want to change, I just change in that orange box. Others, okay, others is 25, 25, 25, 25. So this is quite easy. I just take 25 here. Now it looks quite troublesome, but believe me, it is a necessary procedure, because if you want to change anything later on, no, this one, you will find that it will save you a lot of time. Okay, it looks very daunting, right? But it will save you lots of time later on. Now I think I have to change one thing, because I realized that for this one it's not, it has to be something. Okay, so I change this. Oh, sorry, it has to be this. Okay, so let's say later on I will change the pattern of payment. I don't have to come back and change every single figures. Okay, now support cost, where you get this information from? This is come from here. Okay, our part 3 supporting department budget, and this is a total. And you know that for the support cost we also have 25 pattern, so divided by 4. So again here we do the same thing. 25% equal times 25 equal times 25. So you see, accountant has to be very pay attention in detail, and you just have to click the wrong cell and then that's it. Okay, now income tax is 0 for the whole year, so you just have to take this 0. Okay, 0 times any one is 0. Okay, maybe we shouldn't do that, right? We should do this, sorry, 0, and we should do this, and times, no, we should do this, equal profit after tax, net profit is actually the income tax 0. Now I just want to make sure that if you click on this link later on, if there's something changed and we have some profit, then this figure will change, the income tax will change, and therefore the figure will change. So I will not put 0 here, but instead I will just put directly the cell reference, and I just take this figure and I times 25% here. Okay, and again. So you see that sometimes I'm very eager to skip the step, but then something pulled me back, and I come back to the proper way of doing things. So because sometimes if you just feel lazy in one step, you have to pay a great price later on when something changes. So sticks to the rule, okay? Stick to the rule, even though it looks very time consuming. Now, so purchase of equipment, you know that we purchase of equipment in January, right? And so that is in here, 50 equal this amount. Okay, very good. So now basically I just get this one so that you know how much is that total of this. I'll have to sum. Okay, let me check again. Now, so now we have total cash disbursement. Take the sum of this. I think someone just knocked my door, but then they left because they know that I'm recording for you guys. Sorry, I just copy and paste here. I'm sorry. Paste. Okay, cool. Alright, so we have the total discussed disbursement. I just have to bold this one. Alright, so now what we have got here? We have total receipt, right? We have total disbursement. So in the next video, I will just come back and then we can complete. That will include cash disbursement, cash receipt, and if we have to work out, is there any loan that we have to make to maintain the minimum cash balance, and then also we can work out how much of the interest that we have to pay, or can we repay any principals. Okay, so thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.